From the Carlton Center on the ABAC campus, this is Stallion TV.
Welcome to Stallion TV from Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College. I'm Ginger Orton.
And I'm Miles Geiger.
The famous Dallas Brass performed on March 8th in the Performing Arts Center. Stallion TV's Whit Carpenter reports on this edition of ABAC Presents.
ABAC is widely recognized for its agricultural expertise, but there's one thing it isn't commonly known for: music. But music is the exact reason Landon Cowart came to ABAC.
Everyone told me that they had like the best music program around, so I decided to give it a shot, and it's working out pretty well so far. I've listened to other bands, and this one's definitely the best. I kind of just did all the things high school students do, did sports and all that, and just decided that music was just the most fun to me.
The opportunity to play with professionals came on the night of March 8th when the Dallas Brass performed as a part of ABAC Presents.
I don't know, it was just very inspiring to be on the same stage as professionals. It was just a great experience.
Reporting from a night filled with excitement and opportunity, I'm Whit Carpenter with Stallion TV.
The last performance of ABAC Presents will be in April.
Local female students and women of all ages gathered together to learn some defense moves from trained jiu-jitsu masters.
Women of all different ages and backgrounds have come together at the YMCA to brush up on their self-defense skills.
My name is Josh Clements. I'm the head coach of Redemption Jiu-Jitsu Academy here in Tifton, Georgia. Well, a lot of it had to do with getting women thinking about their own safety and awareness. And in part is because I want to see women on the mat training, you know. I think Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is incredible for women. It was made by small people, for small people, and it gives you an opportunity to not just bludgeon somebody with a punch or a kick, but to be able to use your body as a lever. It's, you know, the difference of chess and checkers. You know, it's a whole lot different game. If you don't want to hurt your opponent or the person, but you want to be safe and get away or whatever, you have that opportunity. It's great for law enforcement. It's great for anybody, you know, women, children, and we've got kids classes, you know, youth classes, adult classes. It's good for everybody.
When Josh Clements isn't teaching women and men the art of jiu-jitsu and how to defend themselves, he's teaching the students of ABAC how to better understand their curriculum.
My name is Sway Al-Aziz. I live in Jacksonville, Florida. I train jiu-jitsu for the last 7 years under Brazil 021. And I really enjoy self-defense and teaching the women how to defend themselves and giving themselves a better chance. And so when Josh asked me to come out and help him, I was more than willing to. It's a part of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's like a lot of the fundamentals, but it's more for survival, so it's a little bit more brutal to the person on the receiving end. The most important thing is like being aware of your surroundings. To me, as an instructor and a person, I feel very strongly about it because I have been a victim before. And had I known to be more confident and like, you know, stop looking at the ground when I'm walking, and, you know, I probably wouldn't have found myself in this. And had I found it sooner, you know, I would have been spreading the knowledge a little bit quicker.
My name is Sherry Arnold, and I am a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. Yesterday was actually my third anniversary, so I started 3 years ago yesterday. Jiu-jitsu, I mean, it's so emotional for me because of my past, you know, with domestic violence. I started out with women's self-defense, and then Jiu-jitsu taught me to overcome, those mental barriers. I've never seen so many women show up to a self-defense class. Some people are scared. Some people don't think that they need it. Some people just don't feel comfortable. So coming here and being able to share my story, even as hard as it is sometimes, if I helped one person, that to me, I will do it 10 times. I don't care how much I cry. I don't care how much pain it might bring me, to have that, it's priceless. And with my past, I was being choked a lot, and not being able to breathe was it's just scary. So having that mental barrier just broken, without jiu-jitsu, I wouldn't have had the confidence. It gave me a whole new strength. So over the 3 years, I've overcome injuries. I've overcome major health issues. I was working full-time. I'm a single mom of 2 kids. I got my associate's degree all at the same time.
2 women representing Ruth's Cottage, which is a women's battered shelter in Tipton, Georgia, also attended the event and had this to say following up the seminar.
So we're representing Ruth's Cottage today. We're handing out information about our shelter and the patty cake house, and hopefully these ladies won't need that information, but we're just letting them know that the resources that they have in Tifton for domestic violence and possibly, child abuse.
I'm LaShonda Melton, and as Gracie said, we are with Ruth's Cottage and the Patty Cake House. Ruth's Cottage is our organization that assists with men and women who are victims of domestic violence, whether it be verbal, physical abuse, and the Patty Cake House is our child advocacy center that assists with child abuse in its various forms. And like Gracie said, we just want to let the women know that they do have other resources out there available to them in the Tiff County area, that if they were to ever encounter domestic violence in whatever shape, form, or fashion, they have us.
Ladies today gathered around and learned how to defend themselves in so many situations. But today, they didn't just learn how to defend themselves, they learned how to be able to tell their stories and to be able to live their lives safely and carry that on to their daughters and their family members. Reporting for Stallion TV, this is Ashton Lovett.
For more information on self-defense class, please contact Josh Clements.
On Tuesday, ABAC's softball team, the Phillies, had a doubleheader against their conference rivals, the Tallahassee Community College Eagles. Here's Jack Jordan with the breakdown of the game.
3 and 5 p.m. The team is made up of almost all freshmen except for a lone sophomore, Samantha Stafford. What it really takes to be a student athlete and what it really means to be able to have the chance for her education to be paid for by her skills and determination alone.
To be able to do what I love to do, play softball, get an education, and on top of it get to be paid for. So it's kind of like,
What is your major? Our Phillies head coach, Coach Martinez, joined us this year after years of playing the sport. She is a great woman to lead the team along with her many upcoming freshmen.
So I was coaching at Georgia Southwestern the last 3 years up in Americus, Georgia. I was the pitching coach and did the strength and conditioning as well for that team. Graduated with my master's degree last May. Small world. I know her through like a channel of different people, and basically, long story short, they have a great team. We split with them the last time we played them, and they're definitely a team that you don't want to take too lightly.
This girl comes up, I want to be able to get them both moving.
Like, it's a home away from home. I'm 4.5 hours away from home, so I don't get to go home that often. I'm from the mountains, but it's just the southern hospitality down here is so welcoming. Like, you can make friends with anybody. Our team has clicked so well with one another. I mean, you come in at the beginning of the year not knowing these girls, like completely, you've never heard of them, you never played with them, but by the end of 1 month, you know how each other ticks, you know their cons and their pros. I mean, everything is just good. Like, it's clicking.
The Phillies fell in their first game, and early on into the second, they were down 1-0 but quickly came back. Unfortunately, late into the second game, they lost 3-1 in the top of the 7th inning. For Stallion TV, this is Jack Jordan.
Come out and watch the Phillies swing for the fences next week.
Coming up, we visit the 3rd year of a recent Tifton tradition.
We'll be right back with more Stallion TV.
So what do you think? Is more better?
Well, more instructors that care about your future is definitely better.
Especially the one-on-one time with your teacher, more is always better.
And more hands-on learning time with our outdoor learning labs is definitely better.
More food options are definitely better. It doesn't get better than Fried Chicken Thursday here at ABAC.
So more is better?
Well, sometimes less is more. Here at ABAC, you can get affordable education.
Absolutely. ABAC offers a quality education at an affordable price.
It's not complicated. Get more for less at ABAC.
Barbecue lovers flooded Fullwood Park in the Tifton for the Rhythm and Ribs Festival. Stallion TV's Kyle Sides has a story on this community event.
Good music and good food came together this weekend at the Rhythm and Ribs Festival in Fullwood Park. The park was scattered with food vendors providing local eats, barbecue contestants hoping for grand prize, and a crowd of hungry folks. The barbecue cook-off was a huge hit, with cash prizes going to the winners in categories of ribs, chicken, and barbecue. A true event for all ages. Children and adults alike could enjoy the beautiful March day. While children scrambled and played in the designated children's area, adults could enjoy 2 stages of music performers. Local businesses partner with ABAC students to make the most of both of their causes.
Hello, I just want to say thank you for Tifton for having this to start off with and give everybody a chance to show their products like I'm doing right now. I'm Suzanne Wisham and my son is Eric Wisham with Wisham Jellies, and this is his brochure with how he cooks with it. He won last year with his cranberry pepper jelly, the flavor of Georgia, and this year he's a finalist again with his Mayhaw pepper jelly. And also, he has lots of other products here, and he has a store here in Tifton. But this is made possible by these ABAC students that helped us this afternoon sale, and also a raffle for a great cause. And I think he sold out of tickets today, so that's a great thing. Also, these guys help us set up and take down, so I can't say enough about them. I have not, but my son, instead of being here, is cooking. So he won 4th place with his butt, and he won 7th place with his chicken. So we're pleased. So Mama gets to run the store while he does that.
Finally, I snagged the busy Angela Elder, spearhead of the event, to get her thoughts on the outcome of the day.
We have had a great day at the Rhythm and Ribs Festival. This is our 3rd year doing it here at Fullwood Park, and we estimated we had about 10,000 people out today. I mean, it's been a beautiful March day. We had over 70 vendors, which is our biggest crowd yet. We had arts and crafts vendors and food vendors and barbecue folks. I mean, tons of people. We had our biggest competition team this year, with about 25 professional teams and 25 backyard teams, so that was really great, and they had a great time, and they really enjoyed their cash prizes, and we had new trophies this year, so that was a lot of fun. We've had a spectacular day, and we're still going. You can hear the music behind me, and we're going to go till about 10 o'clock tonight, so we're excited.
As you can see, Rhythm and Ribs was a good time for all that were involved. For the Stallion News, it's Kyle Sides.
Boy, sure looked like fun. Next year's event is already in planning, and news will be posted in the Rhythm and Ribs Facebook page soon.
ABAC CAs hosted a program to give safety tips for all those upcoming spring break plans. Stallion TV's Rashawn Miller was able to attend.
This week, students have been dreading attending classes, keeping them from their upcoming spring break. However, 100 students spilled into Town Hall Recreation Area Wednesday for widening out safety, one of the many programs put on by ABAC Housing throughout the year.
CA's put on programs for several reasons. First, we want our students to have a great time while they're staying here on campus, and the programming is an excellent way to get people in and out of their rooms, just to get out and get involved with their fellow residents and that kind of thing. But also with USG, with the funding that we get, we also try to teach the residents a little bit of something while they're with us. And every program that we put on typically has some form of educational aspect to it. But we do that in a way that it doesn't feel like we're actually teaching you anything at all. But do it in a way that you really take away something from the program that you can say that you learned a practical skill. So once you get out of class all day, you come to us and we will teach you something, but you have a great time doing it too.
The point of this program was to not only help introduce students to a huge amount of other students, but to also educate them on different aspects of spring break. For one thing, we have basic vehicle safety, we have basic sex ed, basic skincare, and then we do beer goggles to show people how they function when they're intoxicated. So this is a combination of introducing students to each other and introducing them to proper safety techniques during spring break.
Students that participated in the Wild Night event are better prepared for a more safer spring break. This is Rashawn Miller reporting for Stallion TV.
I was actually at the program. I got some really good tips for my upcoming road trip. I even learned how to change a flat tire.
Wow, that sounds exciting. Speaking of which, I hope everyone else has an exciting and safe spring break.
Registered nurses in Tifton got a shot in the arm on Thursday, March 10th, with a press release from ABAC. President David Bridges announced that ABAC will now be offering a bachelor degree of science in nursing beginning in the summer of 2016. Needless to say, the news thrilled both students and faculty alike. The college welcomes this degree with open arms, officially making it our 8th bachelor degree. For more information on the new degree, please call Nursing Admissions Coordinator Rebecca Arnold at 229-391-5020.
Coming up, we investigate all the noise and smoking on campus last weekend.
We'll be right back with more Stallion TV.
Established in 1908 and located on over 400 acres of the South Georgia countryside, Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College offers high-quality programs that are both industry-led and student-focused. The roots of agriculture run deep at ABAC. Professors with industry experience engage students in small class settings and on our working farm, where hands-on learning prepares them for successful careers. ABAC is the destination for tomorrow's ag leaders.
Established in 1908 and located on over 400 acres of the South Georgia countryside, Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College offers students a high-quality, personal college experience in a safe, caring environment. A true destination college with small class sizes, dedicated faculty, and an innovative approach to learning, ABAC delivers programs that are both industry-led and student-focused. Learn more today about Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College. College done right.
Rev up your engines, ladies and gentlemen. It's that time of the year for AET's Truck and Tractor Pool. Here's Stallions' Alexander Geiger with Club President Gabe Strother.
Hey, back. I'm Gabe Strother, here with the Ag Engineering and Technologies Club, otherwise known as AET. Standing here with Alta Dallas today. He is rated for the professional pulling leagues. We travel around to different areas within the state and into Alabama and Florida and South Carolina pulling with the Southern Pullers Association, or SPA, which are the guys that sanctioned the last 2 nights of our pool here at ABAC last weekend. Students do all the work. We come in. We've done a lot of work on modification, building this tractor. The pool itself is completely organized and put together by the students. And then we actually run it. We run the track help. We organize it, we do the registration for the pullers, we lay out the classes, the whole 9 yards. This weekend we did have several students pool in our pool as well. There's too many names to mention, but like I said, we had a good turnout. Everything looked good. Didn't look like anybody tore up the vehicles too bad, so I'd say that's a pretty good turnout. We had about 1,400 people walk through the gates over the course of the weekend. The weather held out for us. Got a little rain on Thursday night, but other than that, held out for us good. For those of y'all that weren't able to join us or haven't ever really understood how a tractor pull works, The trucks and tractors are hooked to that sled. It's one we have is a Southern Impact. It's what they call a weight transfer sled, which means that the further you go down the track, the more weight that sled puts on you. So therefore, it's the harder it is to pull. Like I said, the farther you go, the faster that weight gets on you, and it will stop you. With these tractors and the two-wheel drive supercharged trucks, the blower trucks as we call them, that sled can weigh upwards close to 60,000 pounds, which is the equivalent of a tractor-trailer load, except it's dragging in the ground. And that sled also has ridges underneath the pan, which help it to bite into the ground and make it pull back that much harder. The vehicles are set into classes based on their relative horsepower and relative size. But we run 9 classes in the sanctioned event, and then we add in several more as needed to work with the student vehicles, anywhere from the mini 4-wheel drives, the little Toyota Tacomas and such, all the way up to your big F-350s and 1-tons. Each class has its own individual winner for first, second, and third place. So there's no real winner for the whole entire pool because it'd be an unfair competition. You've got a Toyota pulling against a 2,000 horsepower tractor and a 2,000 horsepower blower truck. It's apples and oranges.
The 3-day event was to show what the human ingenuity could do, pushing their creations to their max potential. Reporting for the Stallion, I'm Alexander Geiger.
As we speak, the club is hard at work on their next upcoming show this fall.
Sigma Alpha members greeted the morning with fresh biscuits and bright smiles this past week. Tanner Anderson reports.
Breakfast, the most important meal of the day. That's what Sigma Alpha tried to promote this past Tuesday when they offered students Chick-fil-A biscuits for only $2.50 a piece. You may have missed out, but this will not be the only thing that Sigma Alpha has to offer this month. If you'd like to find out more about Sigma Alpha events coming up soon, just contact a Sigma Alpha member. I'm Tanner Anderson for Stallion News.
It looks like Sigma Alpha has been cooking up a treat for ABAC. Here are more events you can be involved in. Saturday, March 26th, Horsemen Association will host a team roping seminar from 8 a.m. until 11. Head to ABAC Rodeo Arena for the event. Homecoming week gets kicked off on Tuesday, March 29th with a Stallion baseball game. Tailgate starts at 4:30 p.m. around the perimeter, and clubs will be showing their school pride competing for the Stallion Cup.
There is no place like home. That's the theme for this year's homecoming, and the campus has big plans to celebrate. Reporter Ansley Cash talked with those involved about this traditional week.
I spoke with Lisa Stevens, last year's 2015 Homecoming Queen, and Linda Fisher, the ABAC Alumni Director, to get their input on Homecoming Week this year.
Homecoming is important here at ABAC because it's a time we build events around the college so that we encourage our alumni and even our students to get involved, and especially for our alumni to come back and to enjoy the campus again, to see the changes that have been made here on campus, and just to re-engage with the faculty and staff and the current students. And so it's a wonderful time to bring all the generations back together here on campus.
When most people think about college homecomings, they think about football games and sporting events. But the neat thing about ABAC is we don't build our homecoming week around one particular event. The clubs and organizations on campus put together lots of events that the faculty and staff and the students and alumni can all get involved in. And I think that that is what I'm looking forward to most about homecoming, is just connecting with alumni and other students and going to all the different events around campus. The neat thing is that we are like a family, and so when we do come together, it's a time to celebrate. And so homecoming is important to have that time for us all to come back together to look at the growth that we've had over the years and celebrate. So.
Also on Thursday night, we're going to have a glow party. So we'll have a lot of live music if the students want to wear white or fluorescent or something, but it's going to be a lot of loud music, a lot of fun. And that's also the time that we will name and crown our homecoming king and queen during that event on Thursday night. Our homecoming theme, which is There's No Place Like Home. And so instead of red ruby slippers, we're using red cowboy boots. So our t-shirts will reflect that, and so our theme for that is really around our red cowboy boots and there's no place like home. So
in order to get the full experience of homecoming week, you have to get out of your rooms, you have to get involved, you have to go to the events and everything, because we don't have one of those big events that you can go to. It's kind of a combination of all of them together creates the whole thing.
There are so many wonderful people and very successful people who have come through ABAC stores, and we just like to take that time every homecoming and to celebrate those people.
We look forward to welcoming back ABAC alumni and encouraging student participation. So get involved during homecoming week, because you know there's no place like home. This is Ansley Cash, Stallion TV.
The school encourages campus and community participation, so let your Stallion pride show during homecoming week.
Presidential candidate Donald J. Trump, loved by some, loathed by others, held a support rally at Valdosta State University in Valdosta, Georgia on February 29th. The Stallion was on the scene to cover the event.
It's not every day a presidential candidate comes to our neck of the woods. When Republican candidate Donald Trump made an appearance in Valdosta for a rally, he drew in a large crowd of supporters, some curious students, and quite a few protesters.
The rally began with Trump's verbal attack of his opponents in the Republican primary.
CNN just came out with a poll, Trump, 49%. Little lightweight Marco Rubio, 16%. Lion Ted Cruz, 15%. Good guy Ben Carson, 10%. And Kasich, 6%. So we're at 49%. Can you believe it?
Along with his thoughts on his opponents, he expressed his views on the media.
You know, they've said, I've gotten calls from a lot of the biggest writers. The media's back there, a lot of media, but they're very dishonest people, but some are good. And they're terrible. They are so terrible. They are terrible. But you know, no, 20% of them are good. 80% are bad, 40% are disgusting.
To appeal to the Southern crowd, Trump brought his NASCAR sponsors.
So some of the NASCAR folks came over here today because guess what? They are endorsing Donald Trump. Can you believe this? Can you believe this? You know, I'll tell you what. If the people that like and watch NASCAR vote for Donald Trump, they can cancel the election right now. Nobody can win. Nobody. Nobody can win.
And of course, he brought up his and his supporters' favorite subject, the wall.
The imbalance that we have. Now, Mexico, everybody talks about the wall. Everybody. The wall's going to be built, folks. The wall's going to be built. We're going to have a strong border. We're going to have a strong border. And by the way, who's going to pay for the wall? 100%. 100%. So Vicente Fox, so he is saying there is no way we're going to pay for the you-know-what wall. And I watched this guy, and I watched the anger. And you know why he's angry? Not because of the wall, because nobody's ever told them no. Nobody ever tells them no. He can't believe that a guy named Trump, he even got the Pope after me, right? The Pope.
Thought to be a joke when he first began his run, Trump has shocked both parties with his continued success. For The Stallion, I'm Jason Brown.
So far, Trump has trumped the candidacy, taken Georgia, and has more recently won Michigan, Mississippi, and Hawaii. For more information on the Trump rally, please visit the ABAC Stallion YouTube page. Thanks for joining us today for Stallion TV.
We'll be back in 2 weeks with more news from Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College.